In our journey through life, we all face periods of deep sadness and melancholy, moments when it seems like the weight of the world is upon us and darkness clouds our horizon. However, in the midst of these storms, it is crucial to remember that we are not alone on our path. That's why in this video, we've set out to compile a series of inspiring and comforting quotes and teachings, meticulously selected to accompany you on your journey against pain. I invite you to stay until the end, where you'll find valuable phrases to fortify all your plans in the face of any adversity. If this is your first visit to my channel, I ask for your support by subscribing and liking the video so that I can continue producing more content like this. These words are meant to be a balm for the soul, a reminder that adversity is temporary, and fortitude resides within you, whether facing a personal crisis, dealing with sadness, or simply needing a boost of encouragement in your daily life. These teachings are here to offer you support, motivation, and hope. So, we invite you to open your heart and mind to these powerful words, allowing them to penetrate your being, nourish your spirit, and together, we can transmute our situation. Let's begin with acceptance of what cannot be changed. In the vastness of the universe, you encounter a power you cannot master, the constant flow of external circumstances. What to do in the face of this challenge? The Stoics offer you a path, acceptance of what you cannot change. But how to arrive at this acceptance? Let me guide you through the words of the Stoic sages and historical examples that illuminate this path of serenity and acceptance. Cicero, the celebrated Roman philosopher, left us these wise words: learning to ignore things is one of the great paths to inner peace. This quote invites us to embrace reality as it is, without futilely struggling against currents we cannot control. Just as you cannot change the course of a river with your hands, learn to flow with life's circumstances. In the crucible of history, we find inspiring examples like the enslaved philosopher Epictetus, who found inner freedom by accepting his fate with serenity. His legacy reminds us that true freedom resides in the mind, not in the chains of destiny. But how to adapt to the inevitable? Emperor Marcus Aurelius offers us a practical guide in his work, Meditations: Become One with Reality, and you can no longer be hurt by it. Have you ever wondered why the most flexible trees withstand storms better? Just as a tree bends before the wind, learn to flex in the face of life's vicissitudes. The importance of finding serenity amid adversity cannot be underestimated. What would become of a sailor who despairs in the face of raging sea waves? Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, teaches us that happiness is found when you learn to ride life's waves with serenity. Always remember that suffering arises from resistance to reality. Have you ever wondered why a child cries when unable to get what they want? Suffering arises from the struggle against the inevitable. As Marcus Aurelius said, adversity is not so much an obstacle as an opportunity to strengthen yourself, creating space to transform suffering into wisdom. Acceptance of what cannot be changed is the cornerstone of Stoicism. Through wise quotes and historical examples, I will guide you on the path of serenity and strength. Always remember these words of Marcus Aurelius: accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, and do so with all your heart. In acceptance and love, you will find true freedom. Discover how to control your emotions and unlock your true potential with our Stoic Art booklet. Visit stoicart.com or click on the pinned comment link to get Emotional Mastery now. In a world full of emotional ups and downs, how can you remain steadfast and serene? The Stoic masters in the art of emotional control offer us timeless lessons. As Epictetus said, calm is the refuge of the troubled soul. It's time to delve into the fascinating world of emotional control. How can you avoid being overwhelmed by negative emotions? An effective strategy is practicing emotional detachment. Imagine you're stuck in a traffic jam. Instead of succumbing to frustration and anger, adopt a Stoic perspective. Recognize that you can't control the traffic, but you can control how you react. As Marcus Aurelius said, serenity is the armor of emotional self-discipline. It's a powerful resource in your arsenal. The Stoics deeply understood this. Seneca reminds us that self-mastery is the greatest victory. By cultivating self-discipline, you can learn to act gracefully even in the most challenging circumstances. Learn to maintain calm even in the midst of the storm. Remember, as Seneca said, life, if well lived, is long enough. Embrace every moment and cultivate your emotional tranquility with diligence and determination. The virtue as a guide. In the vast sea of life, have you ever stopped to think about what guides you through both storms and sunny days? Virtue emerges as a radiant beacon, a constant that illuminates the path to a meaningful and fulfilling life. As Seneca emphasized, one finds strength in virtue. The fundamental Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are the pillars that sustain a meaningful life. Wisdom guides us in the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, allowing us to discern the true from the false. Courage gives us strength to face challenges bravely, even when fear attempts to paralyze us. Justice drives us to act with fairness and compassion towards others, recognizing our interconnectedness. Ultimately, virtue is not just an ideal to aspire to but a path to follow at every step of life's journey. By embracing these fundamental virtues and cultivating them, we can find a deeper sense of purpose, meaning, and inner peace. So, what are you waiting for? Let virtue be your guide and discover the transformative power it can have in your life. The power of perspective. In the vast universe of the mind, there is a power that often turns obstacles into opportunities and adversity into growth. Historical quotes act as beacons in the darkness of our minds, guiding us to a deeper understanding of reality. Mark the choice not to be hurt and not to feel fear. In these words, we find the promise of freedom. By freeing ourselves from suffering through changing our perception of it, our mind is a garden, and every thought is a seed. Water the positive thoughts and transform your life. The impermanence of everything. In the vast fabric of existence, impermanence stands as an immutable law. From the cycle to the fleeting beating of our own hearts, everything is subject to change. The wise Stoics of practical philosophy remind us of this fundamental truth that transcends eras and cultures. As Marcus Aurelius used to say, life is a river in constant flow. In the hustle of everyday life, we often forget this primordial truth and cling to shared memories. This practice of acceptance and detachment allowed them to flow with life's currents instead of stubbornly opposing them. To practice detachment and acceptance of impermanence in your own life, you can start by cultivating gratitude for each present moment, recognizing its fleeting beauty. Moreover, you can learn to release expectations and attachments towards the future. Embracing uncertainty as an opportunity to grow and learn. The meditation and introspection of classical Greece resonate through the centuries as an unbreakable reminder that true wisdom begins with self-knowledge. Imagine a sailboat setting off towards the horizon without a captain who knows the currents, the winds, or the hidden dangers. It would be condemned to chance and chaos. Similarly, without a deep understanding of your own strengths, weaknesses, and values, you find yourself navigating turbulent waters without rudder or compass. Self-knowledge is not only a powerful ally in the quest for well-being. Impatience only generates anxiety and frustration, while patience cultivates serenity and mental clarity. In the calm of patience, you find the ability to accept what you cannot change and to act wisely in what you can transform. The Stoic masters in the art of patience left behind an eternal legacy of how to exemplify this virtue in their lives. From Seneca, who wrote about the tranquility of spirit gained by learning to wait consciously, to maintaining calm in stressful situations, or the practice of mindfulness to cultivate patience in your daily life, patience is more than a virtue, it is a philosophy of life that allows you to face adversity with serenity. Following the Stoics' example, learn to cultivate this virtue in your life, always remembering the words of Emperor Marcus Aurelius, adapt to change with the same ease as water flows through the river. The importance of the present. In the whirlwind of daily life, to be fully present in the current moment cultivates a sense of inner calm that transcends worries. It is important to remember that mindfulness practice is not only about sitting in meditation but bringing mindful awareness to every moment of daily life. How can we integrate conscious presence into our daily lives? Here are some simple yet powerful strategies. Conscious breathing, for example, is a fundamental tool. Take a moment to observe your breath. As Seneca said, life, if you know how to use it, is sufficient regardless of how long it lasts. This timeless wisdom urges us to embrace each moment with gratitude and openness, recognizing that true wealth lies in the ability to find joy and meaning in the here and now. So what are you waiting for? Immerse yourself in the flow of the present and discover the beauty that awaits in every moment. The power of action. In the midst of chaos and difficulties, we often find ourselves paralyzed, trapped in uncertainty and inaction. But how can we cultivate the determination and courage to act in our daily lives? The strategies are diverse but all converge on the idea of committing to action instead of succumbing to passivity. One of these strategies is practicing living in the moment, where you focus on taking small actions each day without worrying about the end result. This approach frees you from the weight of an uncertain future and empowers you to act with courage here and now. The examples of how the Stoics transformed themselves by taking action in the face of adversity cultivate your determination, strengthen your will, and forge your destiny with courage and resolution. As Seneca said, in action lies the spark that ignites the fire of change and overcoming. Do not fear to act, for with each step forward, you will find the strength to overcome any obstacle in your path. So dare to act and discover the limitless power that resides within you. They also offer practical strategies for cultivating serenity in everyday life. The practice of detachment teaches us not to cling too tightly to material things or expectations, allowing us to maintain serenity in the face of sudden changes. Imagine being tied to a boat in the open sea. If you hold on tightly, you will be dragged in all directions. But if you let go and float, you will maintain buoyancy. Regardless of the strength of the waves, in times of uncertainty, Stoic quotes inspire us to find clarity amidst external noise and connect with ourselves. You can also practice gratitude by focusing on the good things you have in your life instead of worrying about what's missing. Serenity in uncertainty is your greatest strength, a safe refuge in the midst of the storm. Cultivate this inner calm, learn to flow with the stream of life, and find peace in turbulence. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, serenity in uncertainty is the true fortress of the spirit. If you've enjoyed this content so far, it might be an opportunity for gratitude. The Stoics understood that gratitude is not just a response to life's obvious blessings but also a tool to transform our perception of reality. As Marcus Aurelius said, gratitude is the dew that refreshes the garden of our soul, making beauty flourish where we least expect it. Instead of focusing on what's lacking or what went wrong, gratitude invites us to find beauty even in difficult moments.